When I was about 17, I found Brian Tracy's teachings and fell in love with them. I would go to the internet cafe at night because I couldn't pay the normal fee during the day. I would listen to Tracy and read his quotes for hours at night. Tracy said something that stuck with me. If you want to get a different result, you have to do something different. If you want to do something you've never done before, you have to do it for the first time. As a child, I wrote the above sentence and stuck it on the wall of my room. Every time I saw it, I knew I had to make sacrifices. It's very simple. If your life isn't what you want it to be right now, you have to be willing to do something different. I won't sugarcoat anything. You won't go from one easy world to another. When you do something different, you have to leave your comfort zone, which is never easy. In today's video, I'll tell you the 3 things you need to sacrifice to get out of poverty. If this is your first time here, you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out on other interesting videos like this one. Most of my friends and family know what I've done with my life, so it's easy for them to be jealous of me. Just 17 years ago, my life was like that of many other young people. I hated my life and wished I had never been born because I was born poor, sick, and with many other problems. So how did I go from being a guy who hated life to making one of the best lives of all time for myself? Books, books, books. The day I started reading books, my life changed, and I'll tell you why. First, when I started reading books, I read about ordinary people who did amazing things. These stories make me feel good and give me hope that I, too, can get through everything that stands in my way and do great things with my life. I think this is easy to understand. If you know that some people had some of the same problems you do and still did great things, you start to believe in yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, you start to dream big, and when your dreams get bigger, so do the things you can do in your life. Even though I grew up in a poor village, I began to think that I could become wealthy. I started to think I could become a millionaire, which led me to do something very important. I started reading books written by people who had already made a lot of money to find out how they did what I thought I could do. I started to learn how these people thought and what they did, and the more I did what they did, the better my finances got. Yes, it took me 8 long years to make a big change in my finances. If I hadn't read books, I never would have made it. In addition to reading books, you can also watch videos that tell the stories of people who have done well in life. Yes, books are boring, but so are all things that are important. Even though fruits and vegetables are boring, you should eat more of them if you want to be healthy. Soda is fun, sugar is tasty, and fast food is good. But if you care about your health, you'll stay away from them. If you want to get out of poverty, you should spend more time with your books and less time with the TV and social media. I heard a while ago that Bill Gates reads 1 book a week. I've also heard that the average millionaire reads 1 book a week. If a typical millionaire does something, it's probably a good idea to do it too. So I decided to read a book every week. This isn't easy, and I'm not asking you to start reading a book a week. But if you want to get out of poverty, you'd have to give up something to read books. Don't make excuses. I already told you that sugar is sweet, and you agree that hard drugs, fast food, and most other things that are bad for you are fun. Another very sweet thing is excuses, and that's why most people make it. Listen, you can come up with 100 reasons to stay where you are, or you can come up with a single reason to go somewhere else. How you use the powerful machine God gave you makes all the difference. That machine is your brain. If you train your brain to look for why you're poor, your reticular activating system will be busy looking for reasons, and you'll start to see how the economy, the government, and your parents make you poor. Your brain will quickly show you how your lack of education, health problem, childhood, or even where you were born makes you poor. If, on the other hand, you train your brain to look for reasons why you must be rich, you'll start to see that some people make hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal businesses even when the economy is bad. You'll start reading about people who had problems like yours and still did well in the end. You'll start to realize that you have a lot more control over your life than you think, and you'll start to take care of yourself. Fools eat excuses because they taste good, and there are a lot of them in the world. It has to do with putting a finger up. It's simple. Everyone can do it, but you won't do it if you want to get out of poverty. Don't give an explanation. Find out what you need to do to make a change in your life and do it, no matter how hard it is. Rather have 100 failures than 1 success. Mark Cuban said something very interesting a few days ago, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Cuban said, "It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You only have to succeed once." This statement makes a lot of sense to me because I could see what it meant when I thought back on my 8 years of failures. See, my first 8 years in business were awful. Everyone thought I was stupid because everything I tried failed. I was broke, turned down, and upset, but one day I had my first big break. From there, I made my second and third big steps forward. Today, it seems like everything I do turns out well, but that's not how my life was just a few years ago. So, here's the deal. No matter how many times you fail, remember that all you need is one success to make up for all the times you failed. Why does it matter that you know this? Well, most people give up because they think failure is bad. If you want to be successful, you should know that failure is the way to get there. Failure is not the end, though, because one success can make you forget the pain of 10 years of failure. Give up something to try something new. Give up things you like to get out of your comfort zone. Make sacrifices to do risky things, and if you fail, be brave enough to get back up and try again. All you need is one success, no matter how many times you fail. The most important thing in this video is that you have to give up something. If you want to get out of poverty, you'd have to be willing to do things that are not easy. Reading or hearing this isn't easy, but you have to do it. It's not easy to do things that might make you fail, but you have to do them anyway. Failure hurts, but you have to go through it and try again. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video. You can't get a new result by doing the same things you've always done, and everything new is uncomfortable. So if you want to get out of poverty, you have to be willing to give up things. If you like this video, please hit a like and comment down if we helped you get motivated to sacrifice something in order to be successful also in life. See you in our next video.